Right, Assalamu alaikum. Welcome back. Bitcoin update. Right, we talked about a pattern that appeared some few days ago, and I kind of like this pattern. I told you that, you know what, Bitcoin is actually looking to go to $42,000. So all of a sudden, and that's the part of psychology, because when you look at psychology says always try to look at your pattern in a different way. Okay, always try to kind of clear the charts, try to look again, and again and again, because when you're doing technical analysis, you're going to find so many possibilities. You're going to find all the possible scenarios. Now it depends on how your emotions are, that you want to take a certain a certain conclusion about your charts. If you look at the charts, that's the reason why if you go on Twitter, you're going to find a lot of people who are going to give you some patterns that are bearish, telling you that 12,000 is still pending. Some are going to say, this is trying to move back to the upside. And I do like to see people's work, as I told you before, but it always comes down to what you analyze, okay? What you have to be on. Never be biased on anything, because let's go back and rewind for some time that I thought, Bitcoin is looking to correct down, and it does make sense for Bitcoin to correct down. But why? Why would it correct down? Even though the sentiments are telling me it should be correcting down, we shouldn't ignore what is on the charts, because by the end of the day, charts speak louder than your thoughts, okay? Just like actions speak louder than words, charts are the leading thing right now. And as far as I'm concerned, if talking about the charts, you go one touch, second touch, third touch, a breakout, a move down, and you're holding it as support right now. So whatever was resistance for a very, very long time here has actually flipped to support right now. And if you do not fall below that support and hit your head, then you will have a very big correction, potentially down to this trend line. That is what makes sense. So can you end up holding this area? That would be amazing. Now let's look at the squeeze. We are very, very close to make a certain decision. So if I do bring the trend line right now the maximum time we're looking for Bitcoin is, it used to be 15th of June, but now this is what I have to say. Now that Bitcoin is doing something like resistance, breakout, and a retest, you do have a certain falling wedge as well coming into play. So this is your potential falling wedge right over there. So if this is your falling wedge, you're looking for a break to the upside and go back to where you formed the wedge. Okay, a little bit of a falling wedge here, break it out, come back to where you formed the wedge, which is going to be $30,700. And that's where you have another resistance as well. Okay, never forget that you do have that wall here, which is actually going to be from this place to that place, and that's where you have resistance there, resistance here, resistance there. Go back to the technical target, hit your head again. Now if you do break it, I am looking for $42,000, but this pattern itself, this pattern alone, it should be good enough to take Bitcoin all the way to $42,000. Somehow we are looking to be breaking out of here. Now it does even make sense because the base is really, really strong right now. So the base is that you have Bitcoin that is having a falling wedge here as well, okay? So this base alone is strong enough to make this resistance being broken. Somehow it should be broken because of this falling wedge, right? So this resistance is not meant to be very, very big. It's actually meant to be broken because you are on a technical target to $69,000. You got this inverse head and shoulders as well that is now taking you all the way to $42,000. On the weekly time frame, there is another good thing going on. So on the weekly, we are looking at the very first time that you crossed the EMAs and you held above the EMAs. This is for the first time you've done that. And not only that, but you have a morning star as well. So far, the positivity about Bitcoin is heavier on the scales than the negativity. It seems like, yes, we are on the verge of another bull run. I don't know if 2023 is the year. I personally think it was a little bit early even for this thing to happen. I think Bitcoin at this stage should have been somewhere down here, been accumulated, but it's just started pumped to the upside. But who knows, okay? Doesn't really matter. What matters right now is that you do have this pattern that is having a squeeze at the moment, and you have time until July. It shouldn't take any longer than July for you to make a move for Bitcoin. And keep in mind, the altcoins are very, very, very down on the ground right now. Even the altcoins compared with Bitcoin does tell me that Bitcoin does not make sense to go down at all. Finger crossed. So let's see what happens. Hope you enjoyed this update. I'm going to see you in the next one. Allah Hafiz.